Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a sneak peek for the year of 2026 Tarot Oracle reading. And Leo, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Leo, we still all have a little Leo in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Leo in, that's where this energy will show up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I've already washed and shuffled the cards, and I am now going to find the underlying energy for the reading at the bottom of the deck. And keep in mind, please, this is a general or collective reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. So we're beginning this reading off with taking a rest. So this energy is about possibly that 2026 is going to be less of a hectic year for you. That, this card represents someone who's meditating, chilling out. They've hung their thoughts on the wall. They've hung, put their sword down. The swords in the tarot represent mental intellect and thinking and your mind. So this is talking about, meditation and prayer. And on the stained glass window, there's a word here that says Pax, and that means peace. And so this is about being in peace of mind. So if you've been having in 2025, you found the year to be really hectic, and you're saying, man, I need to have some peace of mind, then yay. And here we have the Wounded Warrior. So it just feels to me like you're coming into 2026 and feeling pretty wounded, like you've been through several battles in 2025, or maybe in that whole cycle. 2025, sorry, my cat just bumped the camera, but it'll stop vibrating any second now. You have to be a good girl if you want to sit through the reading. You can't be jumping around like that. Okay, so sorry. My cat Stella loves to participate in the readings, but sometimes she's less help than she realizes. And maybe you've had help like this in your life. That's why your bandage is crooked, because they're trying to be helpful, but they're making things worse. That kind of energy. And but what this card represents, there's like 9 wands here. And it's saying that, 8 of these wands, these battles, these actions that you took, or someone else took against you or for you, or whatever that is, that, you've managed to get through those. And now you're leaning hard on the 9th wand. And this wand is the one that is closest to your heart. And this is what you're going to go for next. There's 10 wands in total. So, and this energy can be like some seeds that you planted, and it might not have anything to do with other people. These seeds have grown, and the actions that you've taken in the past have planted themselves. And this often represents working on a project, work to completion, being, on a path, a certain goal in mind. It could like something like maybe studying to become a profession or something like that. It sometimes does speak about outside interference, but we'll see. So this is the energy going into January of 2026, is you want peace of mind, and you've been through it. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords energy, the Queen, she's sitting on her throne, and she is, her head is above the clouds. She's got clarity now, whereas she didn't have clarity before. Her heart and, actually, I'm looking at this, and her heart and her head are above the clouds. She's got in her right hand, she's got her sword up, and she's ready, off with your head. If you try and, she's really not willing to put up with any bullshit. And she has her left hand out. She is willing to receive. But if you want to communicate with the Queen of Swords, you're going to have to make sure that you are, you know, on the up and up, and that it's something worth your while, or she'll just off with your heads. Like she's been there, done that, and has the T-shirt. And I feel like, so this may be you. This energy here may represent the energy you were in 2025 and moving into 2026. In February, we have the Chinese New Year, and sometimes that will really change things. I've been finding that a lot of the readings so far are starting off kind of in this kind of energy, and then they get better. So don't panic. Here we have, the Empress. So the Empress is all four queens rolled into one, and she's, you know, sitting on her throne, pregnant with possibilities. She's got wheat growing at her feet, and that's representing like planting a crop and then nurturing it and then having the harvest, right? So the good thing about the wands is sometimes they do represent harvest, and it's just, you know, it's been a lot of work to get there. And it is a lot of work to grow wheat, but not for the Empress, because she's always in the flow and she generates energy. She knows after she's planted the seeds for this wheat, I mean, she can't go out there with a sprinkler and water it if it's not raining enough. That kind of energy, you know, you can fertilize, you can and spray when you need to, but you can't make it rain, and rain is important to grow wheat. And so that's the energy is perhaps things that you were working on, that things didn't go as easy as you thought they would. Like the Empress is all four queens rolled into one. So she's really wise, she's sexy, she's got a good attitude, she's, you know, like she would make a good wife for anyone, or husband. It would be wife. But this is a archetype. So the Queen and the Empress, like those figures are archetypes, and they are showing feminine energy. And so this could be a male in the feminine energy. So this Queen and this Empress could be two different people. Or I feel like in one that it may be saying that the Queen, because she went through all of this, she now she has learned so much from it that she's become the Empress. Like she's it taught her a lot, whatever she went through. And that's January, February, March. And then we have going into April, a reconciliation. So this card is about reconciling. And it can be about a reunion. There's these two people, it looks like children when you first look at it, playing with each other, and he's offering her a cup of love. But when you look closer, this is a gnome, and this is a little old lady. So they are coming back together. And so this card is talking about illusions. This looks like a guardsman overlooking the children, but when you look closer, he's walking away. So this could be, this card quite often represents reconciliation between people. And that's what the Six of Cups with all the flowers in it represent, that this energy he's offering, like a peace offering. And so the thing about reconciliation is forgiveness paves the path to reconciliation. But when you forgive someone, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to forget, like that you want to hang out with them. So this energy is talking about actually deciding, okay, I'm going to forgive you and I still want you in my life. Or this can represent someone that you haven't seen in years and years and years, and it's a reunion. Like maybe there was a high school reunion, you know, where you live, or there was, you know, it's somebody that you've met before, or an energy you've been in before, and you're like re-embracing it. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a reward from the heavens. It's God himself handing you a reward from the universe. I'm just straightening out my clock here. So this energy is talking about that you've stayed on your path and you've been through all this, and that you are an Empress now. I feel like that's the energy. And this can even just be reconciling your past self with your present self, because this is a queen. So it's someone that already was a queen, but she's been through it. And then this, if this is two different people, this could represent an empress and a queen that are reuniting here. I'm really getting the energy that this is you reuniting with yourself, but we'll see. The Leo energy is all about the sun, and God represents the sun, and this gift from God is this Ace of Pentacles coming in is a reward for following your North Star. So I really feel like that you're a wounded warrior. Wounded warriors usually mean people that stayed on their path, stayed on the right side of the law, stayed, firm in their convictions and move forward in that way. And then the Empress, I really am getting here that with the clarity you've gained from all those battles, you've risen in your status. You've learned so much. And now this reconciliation, I feel like could be a reconciliation within yourself, or it actually could be with someone else. And because it's talking about pentacles. And so pentacles are coin, they are money, but that's just one form of the energy. This is talking about abundance, like health, wealth, happiness, that kind of energy, what you were born to receive, receiving what you were born to receive for following the correct path. And then we have soulmates coming in here. So this card does feel like maybe there could, this cup of pentacles could also include a cup of love. Soulmates, or it could, soulmates don't have to be a romantic partner. They quite often are. But sometimes they could just be someone that comes into your life, maybe from your past that you haven't, from when you were a kid or whatever. And you're at a family reunion and all of a sudden a friend shows up, and this is, that kind of energy. And it's someone you haven't seen since elementary school or whatever. The Leo energy is teenagers, so it could be something to do with that. This is January, February, March, April, May, June. So this is the Gemini energy. Gemini energy is about when you start school. It's kindergarten age. And I'm feeling like this is someone, this is like you go back to your hometown and you haven't been back in years, and they're having a town reunion or whatever, and you run into someone that you used to go to kindergarten with, that kind of energy. And this is a soulmate of yours, and the two of you meet, and now it is representing love, or it can be representing love of what you do, and so, or what you want to be. And this is a pentacle, so perhaps this person is in a position to elevate you in your career or your lifestyle in some way, and want to do so. This could also represent one person that is their higher self and their physical self, like the intuitive and the logic coming together, and being able to, because of this energy here, that you're now ready to be able to move forward and receive this reward for all your hard work. And it feels almost like, in that case, like this could be like a second chance to make what you were attempting to have happen here. This is now a second chance to make it happen. You can tell also by the color of the sky, like these three are similar. So it feels like it might be about something you love for some people, like if it's not romance that you're into. And then we have, this is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is talking about someone who has decided to leave their where they are at and move forward. They've got their hand on this third pentacle. And sometimes that could represent, maybe you had a love relationship with someone in your hometown that you grew up with, and then one of you decided to walk away, or you decided to walk away, and because you wanted to go and explore the world, whatever, and expand your horizons. And now you're back together, or it could represent, again, one person who is bringing their logic and their intuition together to be able to come back within themselves after going through whatever that was. Then we have death. So the death card scares people sometimes, but the death card in tarot is actually just a card showing that transition is happening, like an ending is happening. And I feel that, okay, so this is July, this would be August. So this energy is maybe something happened last August, like in 2025. And now in maybe you come back for a reunion with your family, back to your hometown or whatever. You have it yearly, annually, something, or it could be like a business or, something like that, a retreat that everybody gets together on, that type of energy. And now some sort of transition took place, and now this new energy is coming in, because we start off with really wanting to be at peace, and having been through it, learned a lot from it, and become a much better person for it is what's coming up. This is reconciliation within yourself, or with someone that is a potential love interest, or this can represent you loving yourself and coming together after being away from yourself, that kind of energy. This is about transition and the light at the end of the tunnel. And then in September-ish energy, oh, look at that, we have the Ten of Cups. So this Ten of Cups is representing, true happiness, and this is love of everything. So this, again, could be, oh, I totally love myself now that I've gone through this transition. Or these soulmates could get together, and now you're like, hey, let's get married, let's make a commitment, let's have children, and you're really super happy. So that's a really awesome energy. This is about, abundance in everything, and a lot of love. And so if the romantic part doesn't resonate for you and you've been through this, it could be saying that you're looking at having a lot better energy. This gift is coming in because you've been true to your path, and now you are going to, or if you got off your path, you're back on it. It could be that kind of energy, because we have a transition here. And you're looking at fulfillment by September-ish. And look at, we have this card, the Four of Cups, represents disappointment. So it represents someone sitting, and they're, sitting under a tree, perhaps meditating, and they're on higher ground, and then, this offering comes to them, and they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to take it. The last time I accepted an offer from the universe, or an offer of love, I ended up in this, wounded warrior energy. I've been disappointed 3 times in the past, and if this is just more of the same, I don't want any part of it. And making that decision, you notice he's on higher ground, but you can see from his body language that he's not really open to receiving this cup. Is this more of the same, or is this actually going to be something worth my while? And it's like happiness is staring this person in the face, like this energy is like right in front of him. And because of past disappointments, he's not willing to take it. And he's sitting there deciding whether or not he will. This is when you're tired of being tired. So he could sit under that tree for the rest of his life and miss this opportunity that the universe is handing him. And I feel like sometimes that's what happens. We get like worn down in life, and then we're like, oh, I don't, I just don't want to have another go at it. And I could see how this could be really happy, but what if it doesn't turn out the way that I thought it was going to, kind of energy. Well, life very rarely turns out how you expect it will. So you may as well take the cup. And then we have the Queen of Wands energy. I feel like this is kind of going through also for some of you, because we've got the Queen of Swords and we've got the Empress here. It's made you an Empress. But maybe now you're just starting to recognize that you're an empress now, you know, and because now we've got another queen coming up. So the Queen of Wands is about taking actions that make you happy, basically. Look, she has a sunflower there in her hand, and she's sitting on her throne. She's got a cat at her feet. I've got one on my lap purring right now, and purring is a very high energy. So thank you, Stella, for all the purring. And then we have the veil that, you know, between spirituality and life on earth, it's behind her. And this is indicating she uses her intuition. She's considered to be like a natural beauty, like really charming and fun, and really looks on the bright side of things. She's someone who's very aware, but at the same time, she likes creative solutions. So if there's problems around her, then she is willing to take action and make it happen. And I feel like maybe in the past this was your attitude, and you know, and now what you learned from that has caused you to see things differently, or meeting this person that is offering you all this love has changed you, and you're starting to see yourself differently. That's a really cool energy. So this is October, November, and then in December, look at that, the King of Cups. Yes, I feel like there's an opportunity for love in 2026. And it's not bad that it's taking all the way till the end for you to decide, because if you've been through this and you've learned a lot, you've learned one thing, is that you don't necessarily know people as well as you think you do. And if you're going to make a commitment to someone or something that is going to take up your time and your energy again, you want to be sure that it is someone that you can rely on. And the King of Cups is like traditional, you know, someone who's very loving. And when he offers a cup, it's a steady cup. He's not a drama person. He's in real dramatic waters. He could, you know, deal with a lot of drama, but he doesn't participate in it. He's the most emotionally available. Like, he's sitting out on troubled waters and just chilling out. He's got his cup of love. He's offering it. And I feel like this energy is, because you went through this, you now have attracted someone that could actually, that is your actual soulmate. And it feels like this is a cup of love. The King of Cups is representing wanting to settle down with someone, maybe offer a partnership with someone. So if it is a business about something you love, then, which it also could be for some of you, this energy is saying that, you know, this is coming through for you. The universe has seen all your hard work. God has seen all your hard work. You deserve happiness, and yay. And this is how a lot of the readings so far have started up, like moving into 2026 kind of wounded, and, you know, like like overcoming something, and then all this beautiful energy comes in. That'd be awesome, like, because pretty much all of the readings so far, Leo, you're like, what? You're the 7th of 12 readings, and they've all kind of, I mean, there's been a lot of different variations, but they've all sort of started that way. And I really feel like that's because in 2025, 2 + 2 + 5 is 9. And that's 9 represents the end of a cycle. And 2026 adds up to 10, and 1 + 0 is 1. And that represents a brand new year, a brand new cycle. So we're not just moving into a new year. We're ending a 9-year cycle, and we're moving into a new cycle, not just a new year. And the energy, this, just because we're moving into better, sometimes it can be challenging still, you know, like change is challenging for a lot of people. It's the one constant, but we don't usually notice change unless it's significant enough for us to notice. I'm going to clarify this with my cards, Tales from the Vector. It's an oracle I started. I'm just shuffling them to tune into this energy here, Leo. And if you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment. It's really empowering me to build my channel. I really appreciate it. And the energy, Tales from the Vector, is from courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I started this in 2007, and I completed the 64th painting by 2020. And then I went through it with the mandates and everything. And oh, there we have it. That's what happens as a card pops out. You know, I had to close down my seminars and everything. So now I'm bringing, the good news was I was able to finish the 64th painting. I had time to do so. And now the energy, I'm just gathering it all up while I do readings. So because I'm getting ready to bring the actual deck out in physical form, but I am still not, I still want to gather information to put in the book that goes with it. So the cards that I'm using, we have a tactic coming in here, and this is about deception. So yes, this you either deceiving yourself, or someone was deceiving you, or you just were deceived. You know, it didn't have to actually be someone. You thought something was going to be a certain way, but it wasn't. It was something different. I will have in the description box below all of the numbers of these cards in the order that they appear. So if you want to check them out after at talesfromthevector.com, TAILS, from thevector.com, you can go there and I'll have them listed in the order that they appear here. You can look at the pictures of the paintings. They say a picture paints 1,000 words, and also there's some extra information there. So that's the card that came out to say. So yeah, you went through some sort of deception. This could be from friends and family. This could be from business. This could be from an energy within yourself. This could be from a lover, but it was something that you thought was going to turn out one way, and it didn't. It turned out another way. And this is Kiss Me Good. So this is about the energy of someone deceiving you in love, it feels like. And this energy, and that's why maybe people have been asking you out on dates, and you're like, no, no, no. The Queen of Swords represents someone that she can appear to be quite cold, and she maybe didn't start off, she was maybe this energy before, but she's been through so much deception that she doesn't have she's learned so much from it. She knows the signs. And so if you approach her wrong, and especially in love, she's not going to have anything to do with it. She wants to receive, she's willing to receive, but her head is above the clouds now. And so she'll see if there's any deception, she'll feel it, and she will follow her inner guidance system. And so that also can be about deceiving yourself and not having followed your inner guidance system. And so then we have the Gemini energy. So kindergarten, that's coming up. Where did that come up? Came up if there was a reunion. And that's starting off the energy of the new year in January. So, and it's also talking about learning, like you've learned from the past in 2025, and now moving into 2026, you're taking what you've learned, and look at this, it's talking about the creative solutions and logic to come to, you're not just going to rely on your intuition, and you're not just going to rely on your logic. You're going to put the two together to get the best result that you can, to have clarity. And the Gemini energy is about Mercury. It's that energy of the planet Mercury is about learning and its intellect, etc. And so you might have been someone that was overthinking a lot of the things. And Mercury also, when it is retrograde, which it just came out of retrograde at the end of November. And so a lot of November, Mercury, from the Earth's perspective, looked like it was traveling backwards. But now it's moved forward, and communication is coming in better now. And that's the energy that I'm feeling coming in here, that we didn't receive any communication that was new coming into this year. I don't see any pages. There's no knights. And usually they're the ones that bring in the communication. So I feel the communication is coming from what you went through in 2025. And here we have on here, mother's worry. So this energy is a major accomplice in life. So that causes issues. So this issue is coming in something about your mother, or you are a mother, and you were worried about your children as well as yourself, that kind of energy. This also can be like your mom was a worrywart and you said, I'm not ever going to be like that, or I'm not going to raise my children like that, or I'm not going to end up with my the way my mother did. And, you know, as life will have it, it's kind of like a cosmic joke, I feel, that it's the mother lode of all, you know, jokes, really, is mirror, mirror on the wall. I've become my mother after all. So maybe you're starting to see some of the wisdom of your mother, or you're starting to see, like when you were growing up, maybe you're reconciling with your mother and you haven't seen your mother in years, and you've decided to come and visit her, and then that's when you run into your soulmate. So that, you know, it's that kind of energy. And we have shooting star. So shooting star is talking about being kind of damaged, and then base root chakra can be about fear and frustration, and not having what you need to move forward, not feeling like your wishes are ever going to come true. But look at here, right across from March to September, the opportunity that you're offered here, and it may be that you met someone and you're taking your time, and really we're in a place where you were maybe had a bad attitude about love and marriage and all of that because of your experiences growing up, or you know, in a past relationship, or past, it could be like 3 relationships here or more, or this I feel like this is more the energy of 3 strikes and you're out. So it's kind of like, you know, this could be one person that disappointed you 3 times on a very high level, and you were maybe in a serious relationship with them, and now, you know, it's kind of made you a little bit bitter, and that's the energy. Of all the queens in the deck, when the Queen of Swords comes up, she's most likely to be divorced person. She's been there, done that, and she has the t-shirt, and she's not going to repeat the same cycle. She's not going to do it. But because you're wiser now, you're in this energy. And remember, the Queen is an archetype, so she can actually be a male in their feminine energy, and the Queen of, or the King of Cups could be a female in their masculine energy. So this is talking about having a good attitude. Yeah, and when the Fool goes on their journey in the major arcana, that's the 0 card. And I feel like in 2020, a lot of people, it changed a lot of people. You know, a lot of shift happened to a lot of people. And 2020, it was supposed to be clear vision. And yeah, you know, like it was really challenging because we've got 2020 here. So this energy is about having expectations of how life was going. And maybe at that point, you were doing really well. And now you're coming back to that energy of seeing the possibilities, because this is right on the reconciliation, the reunion of self. And look at it's 2 people. It could possibly be 2 people meeting together. And this is the 0 point. So the 0 point is like when the Fool is the 0 card, that's when a new cycle is happening. And the Fool starts out on their journey. And if the Fool has expectations exactly about how things are going to go, they're going to miss a lot of opportunities and be disappointed, because very, very rarely does life go the way we expect it. And sometimes the universe is handing us gifts and we turn them down. We don't notice them. We don't see the opportunity. We deceive ourselves because we are expecting it to be a certain person or a certain way. And expectations create limitations. So this energy is also saying, you know, that if someone, like it's kind of like there's 2 zeros here. And if you've ever noticed on your bank statement, if you have a 2 zeros before your decimal point, it could be a lot more pentacles, right? So this is saying don't miss out on this opportunity that the universe is offering, because it's going to bring in this pentacle. Pentacles represent the wealth and health and happiness, like that abundance of what you want. And you need to reconcile this within yourself, or the gift is, look at, you just met this person and they're perfect for you, and you're thinking about turning them down. You're thinking about turning this cup down. So this is happening kind of like January, February, March, April-ish, and then we move into the summer, and like it's almost like summer lovers. So like you see in the movies, the picture that's coming to me is Greece, like, where you have like this really Sandy, her name, like Sandy was like just this really innocent person, and she meets the bad boy of them all kind of, energy. And she whips him into shape, and they go off happily into the, into the distance together. Having said that, it's about a summer romance. And so it's kind of like maybe when the summer is over, because this is September, you decide to let go of this disappointment, or you're mulling over it, and then you decide, using your intuition, okay, I'm going to accept this cup of love from this King of Cups that came into my life. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. Maybe I've watched too many movies. I really do feel. And then this is on father figures, is also, sometimes if we have issues in our childhood, and maybe there's some sort of coldness between the mother and the daughter, or a son and the mother, it causes them to look up to people who are more like father figures than lovers. And so that could be that type of energy coming in. And then you turn someone who comes in, and they really are someone that you could enjoy. You turn them into a frog. Instead of turning the frog into a prince, like the fairy tale says, you turn the prince into a frog. So that's the type of energy that's saying, this is your soul. This is someone that the universe and God is sending in as a soulmate, someone that actually, I feel like this is saying someone that maybe is like your father, and you always wanted to, have someone in your life like your father, or exactly opposite from your father, because you never wanted to be with someone that was like your father, that type of energy. I feel this reconciliation could be both, right? You could have, gone back home for the summer. Maybe there's a cottage and the family got together, and, relatives were coming and going. And by sitting through that, you realized, because you'd been away a while or something, that, you have a new way of taking action, that you want to move forward in a new way. And sometimes that requires letting go of the karmic space of the need to be right, because sometimes we need to be right. It's really good if you're right and you're writing an exam or something, and it's good to be right about who you would make commitments with. Having said that, sometimes when things don't work out, we get into this pattern where we have to be right, and at the expense of our happiness. So if we see the smallest thing that's not, that might be deception because of the trauma from before that we've learned about, we're on high alert, right? So this is an energy of not making mountains out of molehills. And, if you want to be happy, do you want to quibble over little tiny things, that really are not significant? And then this is about, and letting go of kind of that energy, that fear, so that you can, because this is talking about your basic instincts. And so this energy here, the temperance, is about waiting a long time for this energy to come in. And that it's a devotion to your path and devotion to your self-healing within yourself that is allowing you to step forward into this energy. It's really good energy. And then you felt degraded in some way before, and maybe thought something was the ultimate happiness, and it turned out to be a degrading experience because of there was deception there. But and healing takes time. So, but now I feel like you have your head out of the clouds, like you're not as innocent as you used to be. Having said that, innocence is actually a choice, and it's like of being playful and enjoying life, like young children do, like getting out and doing new things and not always being in fear. And so that this little old lady here, she has a white mitt on her hand here, and that represents not wanting to get her hands dirty, that kind of energy. So I feel like it's speaking about a healing journey. So congratulations if you've been working within yourself to heal energies within yourself, and you're coming, if it's simply that you're coming into this energy of being who you've always meant to be, the deception of being someone that doesn't deserve this fulfillment, now you're letting that go. And the ego. So yeah, this is like someone maybe that your ego got hurt a little bit in the past when it came to love, and then 3 strikes you're out energy. You may have been in a position where something ended because of it that you thought was fulfillment, but this is now it just wasn't your real partner, or the person that when they came in, the timing wasn't right. It just wasn't. Yeah, and this. I was just going to say that the sun represents God, and God is the only one who has the big picture. So don't keep beating yourself up, that, and feeling degraded because you didn't, because you didn't know, you didn't see the signs or whatever. Let it go, because as long as you've learned from it and you don't repeat the mistake, then you have this beautiful energy of the sun coming in. And look at, she's got the sunflower, and it shows that she's following the sun and happy. And so let's see. Oh, and here we have it. I love this. So this is the heart chakra opening up. And the falling star, it's a dragon falling through the sky, and she's upside down because she's fallen in love. And what she says is falling and failing in love is just a matter of I. If you don't love yourself first, you're not going to attract someone who loves you more than you. So you're setting the vibration, you're setting the tone. And if you love yourself and you have respect for yourself, and that's the energy you're in, then the people you attract will treat you that way. So yeah, the first love needs to be yourself. All right, this is really good advice. Thank you, Leo. So this is moving into the new year. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I've really enjoyed it. This is really, really good energy. This is a good advice for all of us, actually, when it comes to love and just life in general. And if you've enjoyed it, please do comment and give it a like. And if you resonate with this energy, please do consider subscribing. It would be an honor for me if you did so. And I will be back with another reading for you for sure. The readings that I'm working on are these ones. And if I have time, I'm going to do a new moon reading. I'm not sure I will, but I'll try to do that as a bonus also. And for sure, by the end of the month, I'll have another reading for you going into the new year. So bye for now. Sorry, Stella, I have to wake you up. Yeah, I have to wake you up.